Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
Welcome back to another edition of the Ball Don't Lie podcast. We are in week 18 already. I'm Ted Hollig. I have Chris Spaghetti again producing in the background. My partner in crime, Justin Smool, can't be here today, kind of because of some crime. If any of you guys been following along with the quick register posts and stuff like that, he did get his card shop broken into this past week. Crappy deal. Humans suck. But I think he's dealing with some stuff there, and I won't say a whole lot, but hopefully there's some resolution to that here soon, and we wish him the best. Go support High Five Comics and Cards, small shop there and outside of Ankeny, Des Moines. Quick recap of last week. It was another wishy-washy week for me. Week 17, 3-3. My Broncos lost another close one. You get stuff done this week. 3-3 for me, 1-4 for Smool. 1-4 in our circle plays there. Those have been cold. I'm still sitting at an even 500 on the season. Need to finish strong here this week to see if we can't keep that record above 500 for the season in a kind of a toss away year. I did miss my Oregon college play. Imagine that. Smool hit Michigan plus 13.5. Michigan wins outright. Big win there. So before we get in here quick, what we're going to do is going to be kind of a quick show. I'm going to run through Smool's plays here, and we'll get to mine. We'll get you guys on your way. But Smool did send in his plays here. He had 6 of them. Week 18 is always kind of a wild week anyway. We're still not completely positive who's all going to be playing in these games, and people that are playing in these games, how much are they going to play? I'm sure there's a lot of scoreboard watching. But I would say compared to most years, though, there is a lot of teams that still have something to play for, even if it's seeding. As far as playoff stuff goes in the AFC side, Denver wins, they're in. Cincinnati and Miami are both still alive. I think Miami holds a tiebreaker on that side. But, we sit there and wait to see what Denver does. I think they're 10.5-point favorites right now. Last time I looked, we've been bouncing back between 10 and 11. But another quick recap on last week. We finally did hit a winner in our Berkwood Farms. Luke Bodoff, congratulations to him. Hit a $150 gift card from our friends at Berkwood Farms. We do have another contest this week, so make sure to get your plays in on all of our socials. Your moneyline dogs need to win outright. You need to be 5-point underdogs or more to get that play in. There's a ton of options this week in the NFL. So get your plays in. I think there's even a couple random bowl games left. I'm not positive. And actually, Texas does fit that line for next week as well too. So they're currently sitting at a 6-point underdog as well. But again, congratulations to Luke Potoff, and thanks again to Jake and our friends at Berkwood Farms. Go check them out. Their product is excellent. So get into Smool's plays here. He is going to go with he has Pittsburgh +2 playing Cincy. That's probably one of the must-watch games of this week. Steelers are still have an outside chance at the division, I believe. And then there's also some seeding involved, depending where that game goes. And Cincinnati is still hanging on a hope and a prayer here. They need to win and some help. So that's a big game. He's going to take the Steelers +2. He's also went with the Patriots +2. That was an early play. He's actually getting last I checked 3.5 here, so we'll give him the +3 on this play. I think they're +2.5 in Circa, but last time I checked, it was -3.5 Buffalo. So we'll give him a +3 there. He's also going with the Bears +10 at Green Bay. I don't have that play, but the Bears will probably make our Circa plays. I like that. I do think Green Bay is going to win, but 10 seems like maybe a lot. He's also going to take the Cowboys +5 playing Washington. And you're going to go with the Rams +6.5 playing Seattle. That's another game where I just got to see how Seattle's eliminated now. The Rams won the division. I don't know. I just don't really know who's going to be playing in that game. That'll be a complete stay away for me, but 6.5 is a lot. We'll see how that plays out. I do know Geno Smith needs about 180. I think it's 185 yards to hit a bonus. It might even be like $1 million bonus. It was one of the big ones left to play for. So if you're looking at those things, I'm not sure what his over-under is on that, but they're going to make sure the coaches and players will make sure Geno gets over 185 yards passing because $1 million is $1 million. And his last play is Kansas City +10.5 versus Denver. If it hits, great. Just make sure you win, Denver. Let's get in the playoffs. Let's end that drought. And then for his college plays, he's going to take Texas +6 and Notre Dame -2. And we'll dive into a little bit more of that when I get to it. But again, make sure you get your plays in on all your socials there. Shipley does a good job of going through that stuff for us. But thanks again to Jake and our friends at Berkwood Farms. Make sure you stop in and see them, and make sure you get your Money Dog play of the weekend. And why don't we go ahead and hear a word from our sponsors quick, and I'll dive into my plays and we'll get you guys on your way.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com. When energy meets precision, anything is possible.
I'm Carter Hawley, the Chief Energy Officer of the Iowa State Cyclones. I'm full of energy on and off the court, but nothing gives me more energy than helping families find their dream home. And that's where Green Beret Realty comes in. They're more than just realtors. They're a team dedicated to getting things right for you and your family, just like we get it right on the court. Sometimes it takes a team to get the call right. And when you're buying a home, you want a team that makes all the right calls. That is Green Beret Realty. And here's the best part. When you buy or sell a home through Dan at Green Beret Realty and mention this ad, he'll make a donation to the We Will Collective, helping student athletes like me thrive on and off the court.
Green Beret Realty, because getting the call right means everything.
Welcome back to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. I am Ted Hawley, riding here solo today. Thanks again to Pig for producing in the background. What we'll do, kind of similar for the rest of the season like last year, we will do plays through the playoffs. We'll find some stuff to be quicker shows, and then we'll have a longer Super Bowl show with all of our prop plays. I'm a huge prop play and Super Bowl guy. I've kind of made Smule get into it a little more as the years have gone on. This is season 5 already, believe it or not. Crazy. Into season 5, week 18. The season flew by. Football's almost over, and that's a little depressing. But we'll get into my plays here quick. This week was really tough. Again, like I said, there's so many teams that are just, I don't know who's playing. A lot of teams won last week that sometimes when you win, you lose. Ruining draft position. I think the Giants were picking first or like 7th now. That did nothing for them to win last week, except DePaul's gone probably still anyway. But The first play I'm going to go with the Lions -2.5 against Minnesota. This is a game I should probably just leave alone. Minnesota's playing great football. There's everything to play for here. The winner's going to get the number 1 seed, and the loser's going to be playing on the road in week 1. The Lions have been banged up, but man, they can still score points. It's just a deal where I think Lions are still a little bit of a team of destiny. They're still finding ways to win. I think they're going to be able to score too many points here. So I'm going to buck Minnesota again. They've been killing me going against them this year, but I'm going to keep my theme and play against them one more time and hope the Lions can get home. I have a bunch of huge futures on the Lions. So I listened to, I can't remember what show it was today or this week, but the more the Lions keep winning, it looks like there's a chance that 3 of their starters can get back by the NFC Championship game, probably for sure the Super Bowl if they do that. So not that a bye is not huge for everybody, but for Detroit more than most, the longer they can stay alive and get some extra rest and get to they get their bye and get 1 win and get to the NFC Championship game, getting Aiden Hutchinson back, which first of all, that's crazy to get back from that injury that quick. But even if you can get 10 to 15 passing down snaps from him, just the attention it takes would be a big get for them. So take a Lions -2.5. I'm going to go against Smool on this one. I'm going to take Washington -5, which Drew Shipley should be a little happy about. I've been going against Washington all year. It's bit me more than it hasn't. They have a lot to play for here too. Between them and Green Bay, I think Washington's in the 7th spot right now and Green Bay's 6th, but they're the same record. So a Green Bay loss this week and a Washington win. Being the 6th seed instead of the 7th is probably a big deal because right now as it sits, Philadelphia is the 2 seed. I think they're locked at the 2. I don't think anybody wants to go to Philadelphia. I think they'd rather travel to, I don't know if it's the Rams or the Bucks at 3 and 4. I have to look at that again too. But there's some stuff to play for there in seating wise. So I'm going to go ahead and take Washington -5, and we'll see if I can get in the right side of them once this year. Why not? Go back to the well one more time this year. I've been on the Cardinals. It seems like almost every damn week. I go -4.5. They're playing San Francisco. It sounds like Purdy's not even going to play. The Niners are really banged up. It was just a snake-bitten injury year for the Niners. It sounds like they're going to shut down most of their guys. I'm not even sure who's going to play. So I'm going to see if the Cardinals can go out on a high note this year, as they had a really bad last half. They were sitting there at 6-3, leading the division by a lot. And I think they need this to have a winning season. I have to go check their record again. I'm not positive what it is. But I'm going to take the Cardinals -4.5. Really ugly game here. Houston's locked in with the division. They're going to be the 4 seed. They're playing nobody as they're pretty banged up too. They're 2. I'm going to take Tennessee -2 against Houston. Tennessee is one of those rare situations to where they have their coaches. It's a first-year coach. They're playing for wins and kind of some locker room stuff to build there. Guys are playing to want to be in the roster next year. So I think Tennessee should win this game. I think Houston has absolutely nothing to play for, and it's a survive and advance with healthy guys for them. So I'm going to take Tennessee -2. And my last play is going to be, that's a huge line. I hate playing these big lines, but Tampa -13.5 against New Orleans. New Orleans is really bad right now. I mean, it's not them not wanting to play people. They just don't have anybody left. All their playmakers are gone. I think Rattler's starting again. I was maybe a little wrong on him. He is still a rookie, but they're atrocious right now. Those guys have already booked their vacation tickets. They might not even they might be getting on different planes after the game's over to go on vacation. But Tampa, they got another break last week with Atlanta losing, a win, and they're in with the division. And they're one of those teams that are pretty tough. They're probably going to be, if they sit at 3 or 4, so they'll be playing. It depends who they play. If they're the 4 seed playing either Detroit or Minnesota, they'll be a dog. And if they're playing Green Bay, they'll be a dog too. So there's a really good chance that they're going to be a dog in the first round of the playoffs. And if that happens, I am 100% taking Tampa Bay with the points. If they somehow play Washington, I think they'll be favored against Washington. Then I'll be the only one. But Tampa's one of those sneaky teams with how good they are at stopping the run. And when their offense is clicking, they can get going. They can score a bunch of points. They're a team that I think them and Green Bay are the teams that nobody wants to see in the NFC. So I think all of the NFC should be rooting for those 2 teams to play each other round 1 because you get one of them out of the way. But I do think Tampa is going to come in and get it done pretty easily. Might see like a 20-plus point win. I know that's a lot to say in the NFL, but I see them getting up quick and not coming off the throttle so they can get the guys out later in the game. So give me Tampa minus 13.5 versus New Orleans. For the college games, I agree with Small. We have the exact same plays. Texas getting 6. I think it's just too many on the point side. So I get it. Texas didn't look great, just didn't finish the game great. But, part of that is maybe Arizona State's good. Maybe that's all it is, and that's all there is to it. I get it. Ohio State's looked good the last couple of weeks, but I still just have that Michigan stink. I watched that whole game, the Michigan game in my head, and that Ohio State team still does exist. I think Texas has enough playmakers. I think it'll be a way better game than got with Oregon. Look, could be wrong on that one. But I'm gonna go with Texas and the points, the same as Smule did there. And I'm gonna take Notre Dame. I have a future on Notre Dame. I put in early November, so that'll pay out nice. That's probably a little bit behind it, but I just don't believe in Penn State yet either. And I think Notre Dame is just so good again at controlling the run. They kind of play old school Big Ten football, control the clock, play great defense, and the special teams and defensive touchdowns. Bang bang to end the first half, start the second half was game was over at that point because Georgia couldn't do anything on them. Well, I'm not even sure what Georgia ended at, but I think at one point they were averaging like 1.5 yards a carry. That's just insanity for a run defense. And I don't think Penn State's going to be able to drop back and throw the ball 40 times and have that much success. So I actually love Notre Dame -2. That'll probably get put in with some a back end of some of these round robin NFL week plays that I have, but now where it sits, I'll run through my plays and Smole's plays here again quick. But I just want to thank everybody again for listening to us this year. Hope everybody that's listened, especially over the years. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we can get you some winners in the regular season. And let's run through them here again quick. For Ted, the Lions -2.5, Washington -5, Arizona -4.5, Titans -2, and Tampa -13.5. For Small, he had the Steelers +2, Patriots +3, the Bears +10, the Cowboys +5, the Rams +6.5, and the Chiefs +10.5. And we both had Texas +6 and Notre Dame -2. That'll wrap it up. That'll wrap up our regular season for Ball Don't Lie podcast in season 5. Again, thanks to all our listeners. Again, get your picks in on the Berkwood Farms Moneyline Dog of the Week plays. Must be +5 or more on the spread. There's a bunch of games this week, and Texas also fits that mold. So, as always, thanks to Pig for producing the background. I'm Ted. Cash that ticket.
Drop it.